Hi guys! Drum rolls, please. Yes, you are welcome to the very first episode of Perspective. Ooh, I'm super excited. It's been a long way coming, and we're finally here. And I'm like, what can we do for this first episode? And I said, Holy Spirit inspired a special guest. Hey, guys! So I want you to meet my special guest. Special guest, yeah. Introduce yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Kali. My name is Kali.
What was
My name
that?
is Kali, and my friends call me Kali. That's why.
Okay, so guys, we're going to have to pardon my special guest because my special guest is a videographer and a cameraman. You can open your eyes. So you
Okay.
guys, this is a safe space. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So he's always behind the cameras. So now I dragged him that you come and sit down here today.
And unfortunately for me, I found myself here
Yeah,
with
with me.
Adive.
So before we get started, we're going to do something real quick. So you pick the first letter of your name, an adjective, something
Okay.
that describes you. Let me start. So if I say Adeife, I'll say Ablaze Adeife. Oh yeah. Do your
Okay.
own.
My full name is Ademi Kali,
Eh-heh.
so I'll say A. Adorable.
Guys,
Hardworking.
I'm going to hardworking. Where did the H come from? You see,
I'm
simple-
hardworking now.
Yeah, hardworking.
Okay. Ah.
Oh my God, guys, can you see? I'm going to let you be the judge. If he's adorable, let us know in the
Okay.
comments. But okay, he says he's adorable, so we'll take his word. So I want to make him feel welcome before I start giving him back to back. So yeah, tell us something fun about yourself.
Okay. I think you've given it everything out already.
Okay, you're hardworking.
I'm hardworking.
You're adorable.
And I'm a cinematographer, a
Oshe.
photographer,
Oshe.
a videographer,
Only you.
an editor,
Hey.
and a lot.
Hey, guys, you see, I brought special
I
guest,
also act.
talented guest. You also act.
No, I don't act. That's why
You
I'm
that
shy
are
now.
shy of body.
I don't even know what.
Okay.
Bye, guys. Thank you for having me, Adife.
My
I'm
pleasure.
really-
My pleasure. I'm shy. So, you guys, our very first topic for the podcast is addictions and depression. So, this is
Hey.
what's going to happen.
Hey.
I'm going to say my own definition, right? What
Okay.
most of us think these things are, and then you can correct me if I'm wrong. Do you
Okay.
understand? So for addiction, it's basically something that you cannot control, something that cannot be controlled.
Yeah.
Like when you are steady used to something, right?
Yeah.
And for depression, you know the funny part? Depression is an actual medical condition. When I found out, I was like, all of you, I'm
Yes.
depressed, I'm going through a lot, I'm depressed.
Yes.
It is an actual medical condition.
Yes, I would agree with you on that.
Wow.
Yes.
I
Yes.
honestly did not know
And
that.
a lot of people are ignoring that fact.
Are you serious?
Yes. I wish a lot of people can come to the realization that your mental health matters a lot to whatever you're doing in life. So when you feel depressed or when you know you're depressed, that's the mental. We Nigerians so to say,
Exactly. I think it's Nigerians that abuse
we don't take our mental health seriously. We just take our physical
Cruise,
health
everything.
and say, I'm depressed. Let me post it online.
Yeah.
You get?
Yeah, but it's actually
But yeah.
a medical mood mental disorder that you just don't do the things you used to do before. Everything is just going basketballs. Yeah, so what are your thoughts? Okay, in this general, the space we live in now, the way the country is at the moment. What are your thoughts on addictions and depression?
Well, to start with, I would say addiction. Addiction has been promoted over time, especially in the space we are living in now, where as a teenager, you are meant to get addicted to something. As a teenager, you want to explore, you want to go, you're free, and going from your parent space to being on your own, that's when you enter school. When you're in school, it helps you, it wants you to want to see the world. All those things you're seeing online, all those social media, smoking, drinking, a lot of other things we see online that we want to explore, we want to experience. addiction. We're talking about addiction now. Addiction, the way it is now, the way it is structured, yes, in Nigeria, has made it a must do. You must do
You
it.
must do it.
To go anywhere, you must go through that addiction.
I totally agree.
So the only, a few of us or a few people in life now, especially in Nigeria, have the home training to stay away from it. But just few of them, not most of them. And that's the sad part, because if there are few eggs, there are few good ones in a lot of, if there are lots of us, those bad ones will still want to affect
the
the
good
good
ones.
And one way or the other, if they are not strong, they'll end up getting affected.
I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, now, as for addiction, I understand that we have physiological and psychological addictions, right? Those are the two types. So physiological is the one that affects the nervous system, which is the body, while the psychological one is the brain, mental activity, all of that.
Okay.
And as for depression, there are so many things that could lead to depression in, modern times. So this is your perspective.
Yeah.
This is that's why I'm my guest. I have nothing
Okay.
to say. So you're going to, just carry this discussion. Everything you feel we need to know. If you've been through things, you want to teach us, take the floor. It's yours.
Okay. So if I should start, I would start by saying addiction is not compulsory, or it's not necessary you get addicted to just bad things. You can get addicted to the good ones too. Let's say, for instance, you like eating, and due to the fact that you're eating too much, you get addicted to food. You like drinking. There are things that you get exposed to. So from my own perspective now, I would say addiction over time, when I was still a teenager, addiction did not play a good role in me, because I was addicted to about 3 things.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'll break them down.
Okay.
There are 3 of them.
Okay.
The first one I was addicted to was, I started off addicted to pornography.
Okay.
And pornography was everywhere, like I said. The internet has made it so easy and so accessible for everyone to come online and check it out. Just want to see, want to view, and want to, let me see how it looks like. So over time, I was addicted, and that addiction led to a lot of destabilization. The pornography disturbed the way I view ladies. So over
It
time,
affected the way you
Yes.
see ladies. Wow.
I was always viewing them as one machine to get your way
God, I
and
beg.
get things done. But over time, I came to the realization that it is not easy, or they are human beings too. Because
Definitely, we are.
Yes.
Don't worry.
I'm sorry.
No offense taken.
But yeah, we are all human beings, despite our
Flaws.
and gender. So why not interact properly with everyone? Why you differentiating women from men?
But I don't understand. Men too were a big part of that, the whole pornography thing. So why
No. Obviously, I'm not attracted to men.
Okay.
I'm attracted to women.
Uh-huh.
And the reason why I was watching it then was because of the women. So it affected the way I view women and the way I was supposed to relate with women. And this social media and the internet has a huge role to play on it. because they were giving it for free. I was about 14 years old when I got that. When
you started.
When I started,
Oh, wow.
that was how young I was.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine coming to know something like that at
Such a small age.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The addiction over time now, it messed the
Definitely.
thinking ability up, and I did not relate well. I wish I did that when I was younger, like probably talked to ladies properly. And had female friends that we could really. Now I'm trying to have female friends, and I have about 2 or 3 of them now that we relate normal.
Okay.
Before this time, where any female friend I have, I'm always thinking, okay, how will I get on the bed with her? But now I can actually relate better because I've come to realize and come to the better understanding of how I'm supposed to view people.
Women.
And with the help of God, He has really shaped it. So the second addiction was drugs.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was peer pressure.
Peer pressure.
Yeah.
How did that happen? I want to know.
Okay, so I got addicted when I was 2019.
2019. Okay.
Yes, I got addicted to drugs. I was always smoking, not drugs per se, but you call it drugs, marijuana. Our guys call it Igbo.
Yes.
Marijuana.
That's weed. Igbo is weed now.
Yes.
You know the funny part? Hey God, I beg. Continue. Let me just allow you to land.
So, my friends, you can talk.
No, definitely continue.
My friends, then I was always, and I'm like the life of the party.
Yes.
Most times. So when I'm there, I want to influence everybody. At first, I started watching guys online that smokes, and social media, you can just block your life and just give us what you want us to see online, and everybody will be like, oh, this is the type of person this person is. So I was checking social media, seeing all those guys that smoke, that drinks, and I'm like, this lifestyle is cool.
It's sharp.
I can do
it.
But at the end of the day, it is nothing. It messed with my brain, my thinking ability.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And it didn't make me, how would I put it? It didn't make me think properly. I started going down. Mentally.
Wow.
And living life like it is.
So
what smoking does, is that it shapes your brain to focus on just one thing. So let's say, for instance, because we all know now that when you smoke weed, you think, especially those guys that smoke weed, you know what I'm saying. when you smoke,
for the guys that don't know, we want to know.
When you smoke, you're on cloud 9. You are getting high. You are flexing. You are flangering. You're in your own space,
in your own dimension.
Exactly. So you're enjoying your time and enjoying your frequency. But when you are out of that space, you're forgetting the fact that you are living in a world where everybody has his or her own world. You get?
Now you've left your own world.
You've been in your own world
for a while. Now you're coming back to real life, to reality.
So over time, at first it didn't really affect me. It didn't really affect the way I was thinking. But over time, I started losing my memory. Cause
you're serious, that's amnesia.
Yeah.
It does it.
Smoking brings amnesia.
Wow.
Yeah. But the thing is, my memory was because, like I said, smoking takes you to your own world, your own space. So you see the world the way it's supposed
to be.
You want to see it. So let's say ABC, for instance, on the 1st of January. On the 1st of July, that ABC will still be ABC 1st of July.
Okay.
So if you've forgotten, if the word has shifted from
ABC,
ABC to
ABD.
ABD. Exactly.
Yes.
You that you still know ABC,
ABC.
down to that point, you will still be telling yourself that this thing is
Is
still
it
ABC.
ABC?
So
Yeah.
anything. So over time, for about 2 years, I was going with the normal way it's supposed to go. Like, this is life. This is the way life is
Yeah,
supposed to be.
flexing.
I was still flexing. I was in my own space thinking, okay, I am on top of the world because my dad had protected me very well when I was young, growing up, and I had this rich background mentality. So, fortunately for me, unfortunately, my dad passed on, and that did not change my thinking abilities.
Yes.
So, as
in your head, you're still rich.
In my head, I'm still rich, and I'm still this. That was what I still knew.
What you believed.
That was what I believed. But I was not smoking when my dad passed. It was after he passed on that I started smoking.
Wow.
That now leads to depression.
Wow.
Where you are depressed. And at the same time, you are getting addicted on something. So addiction, when you get addicted to things like that, it's better to stay off addiction and try and live life the way it's supposed to be.
Face life head on.
Because this life is big.
Is it space?
This life
Talk.
is big. We are living in a world where you have Lagos, you have Nigeria, then you have Africa, then you have the ocean, down to America, England, and things like that. So the world is so big and large. Now seeing yourself in this small space, and you think what you know now as a teenager or as a young boy,
young kid,
or young girl, what you know now is what the whole world is working on, and that's the way the whole world
works. That's the way you operate.
That's the way you operate. Whereas you're lying to yourself and you're deceiving yourself, and coming to know all these things here will make you shift. And I think it takes time. I would say time will obviously heal it, but if you don't shift your mentality or accept the fact that you don't know anything now, and we are living. Okay, let me give you an illustration.
Okay.
You're on the highway. No, there's an highway, and the highway is just on the next street. You live on the next street, close to the highway.
Okay.
And you want to get on the highway. Normally, there are three lanes on the highway. There's the slow, medium, and the fast lane.
Okay.
The fast lane is to your left. So when you are on the highway and you're just going into the highway with your car, you won't go all the way to the fast lane. Those guys that drive, you won't run all the way to the fast lane.
Okay.
You first start with the normal
slow
lane,
pace,
then go to the medium. Then if you want to go fast, that's when you shift to the highway, the fast lane. But we youths now, we young guys,
we don't want to. We're not going.
We don't want to.
Going.
We just want to reach that side.
Sharp. We're gone. We're gone.
And you know that if you run, the faster you run, the faster you get to fall or slip off. Or get enter. I thought about something yesterday when I was thinking. I was just in my own space, and I thought, okay, come to think of it, we're in 2024, and about a decade ago, Olamide, there were some celebrities
that were trending,
and those guys, the way the music industry is now is not the way the industry was then. We Nigerians that were into the music industry, they were still coming up because the likes of Two-Face, the band Don Jazzy, those guys, they've set a good standard for us to come up. And back then in 2014, most of us now, most of the celebrities then had the opportunity to go out into the world to explore and express themselves to the worldwide industry. That this is how we operate. The likes of I don't want to mention names, but there were some guys that actually came up. There's this guy. Okay, I'm sorry if I'm
no, that's fine.
Bridging any but Praise. I don't know if you know Praise. The guy that sang "If I Become Rich and Famous."
Okay.
You know him, right?
Yes.
He was a superstar then. When he sang that song,
everybody
knew him. But at some point, he had to. So, this world we are living in now, you would obviously get to the top. Nobody is saying you will not get to the top. But can you maintain
the same pace?
So everybody is now falling back and learning the way how to tread the ropes properly to get back up and stay on that level.
On that lane.
I think I've diverted.
No, but
you get what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're trying to say.
Don't live in your own world and say, okay, this is the way the world is supposed to be. This is the way I'm supposed to live my life. But rather, let time. Learn. You're in your learning period. You're supposed to learn the way the life itself operates. And according to scientists, they said it takes 25 years for the brain to fully develop. So if it takes 25 years for the brain to fully develop,
and out of that 25 years, you
some
years okay.
You need to do all those other things. It would affect you, obviously.
Definitely.
It will really affect you. And you don't know where you're going to. You don't know what the world has for you. You can become the star of your own. You can become whatever star you choose
want
to
become.
Be. So if you limit yourself to, I want to be like Rihanna, or I want to be like Justin Bieber, or you want to be like Ashake, Shea Vibes, all those, they are not the way you're supposed to program your brain. You're supposed to program it that I want to be what God wants me to be. I am Ademikale. I want to be Ademikale. I don't want to be my dad. I don't want to be my mom. I don't want to be one superstar.
I want to be me.
I want to be me.
Everything God has
and the word, exactly. So if you're changing your mentality or keeping, it's good. It's good to have like a model.
Just someone that
you look up to and say, I want to be like this person. But don't let
restrict you from,
from a lot of people have Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy as their role models. And obviously he's your role model. You want to do what he's doing.
He does.
Some people are saying, okay, I like let's say a random person. I'm not a bookworm, so I don't know what was like that. But a random person, you say, okay, you like a celebrity, for instance, and that celebrity now, it becomes known. But one day, celebrities are not
stable.
It's not even stable. It's that they are not. Their life is exposed. You can't
see everything.
Yes, we see everything.
We see what they want us to see.
Exactly. And when they go out, and at the end of the day they misstep or do something they're not supposed to do, you're be like, this guy. So he does this. So if you've been craving to smoke, and your role model is someone that does not smoke, obviously you want to be like that person that does not smoke. But over time, let's now say, for instance, a video now leaks of the person smoking. You'll be like, my role model that means that smoke, that Igbo that is smoking, that's
what has been giving him inspiration.
Exactly, whereas it's not the one.
It's not the one.
The same thing goes with ladies too. The social media has messed up Nigeria.
I'm telling you.
And it is sad.
Hey, fake life.
A lot of them are living on fake life. It's sad. I respect ID Kabasa. When I
Who be
heard
that?
is a producer,
Okay.
I
I'm so
respect him,
sorry. I don't know
and
the person.
he said a lot of things that I was like, so wow, this man is actually
Sound.
sound and intelligent. But a lot of us, we are living in our head, and we let our own decision shape the way we are supposed to live, and the way we are supposed to take people or live with people. Whereas you're supposed to let life,
Go. Poco a poco.
learn from life. You make mistakes, trust me.
Plenty.
Plenty mistakes.
Yes.
Eh,
Like you've been through it, like
I'm still making mistakes. I'm not done yet, but I was still.
You still learn this time.
You learn as you're making the mistakes. But anyone that is scared of making mistakes will obviously fall. So you keep
allow
on,
yourself make mistakes.
Exactly. So like I said, Heidi Kabasa said a lot about ladies now. They see themselves as I'm sorry if I'm saying anything or
don't worry, we'll allow you. This is a safe space. We don't do that here.
Okay, so ladies, they have role models. They have people they look up to, like Arya Star. Some you hear one girl, I want to be like Arya Star. I want to be like Nicki Minaj. I want to be like, and those guys, they are promoting what is not good, the wrong thing about life. As a Yoruba boy, as a Yoruba girl, as an Igbo girl, as an Hausa girl, as a Nigerian, bruh, trust me, as an African, as a human being itself, you're not supposed to do some things that those people are doing. But the reason why those people are doing that is because they are getting paid
to do it
by some people in the industry that are saying, we want to mess these people up. We want to mess their mentality up. The way their culture, Ashat, Shewa, they want to spoil it. So everybody's like, maybe this person is doing it, and I'm seeing it online. If I don't just run exactly. If I don't do it in my mother's space, I will do it in school. I'll hide and go out
and just
take care of whatever I want to take. And there's nobody to. And this, I don't know what is it with ladies. They like competition. Why? Why?
Yeah.
A lot of girls, they'll be like,
It's the world of today. There's just so much pressure.
The competition, there's no need for competition. A lot of girls will be like, my friend has a boyfriend, I must have a boyfriend now. My friend has this, my friend is already having sex, I must have sex now. My friend is already doing this, I must do it now. I must get higher, I'm a baddie too.
Period. That kind of thing.
But no, it is not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to enjoy
your own.
You appreciate yourself, and it is affecting other people, because let's say for instance you are getting your own, not you, but I'm saying like, let's say for instance you go outside now, you go online, you see a picture of Nicki Minaj, and the picture Nicki Minaj posted is like one nice sexy
I get the picture.
And you tell your guy, you know this guy that takes pictures. And you say, Alpha, Tunde, come and take my picture today. I want to look like this.
Nicki Minaj.
I want to look like Nicki Minaj. So you take the picture and you post it, forgetting the fact that there are people under you that are looking up to you. That you will mislead too. Exactly. You have younger. They don't even have a phone. They don't have anything. They just come online on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm following Auntie Shade. I'm following Sister Chioma. Let me go and see what Sister Chioma posted today. She goes online. Let's say she's 13 or 14. She sees Sister Chioma. Not only that, Sister Chioma or Auntie Shade is getting her own
inspiration from, I guess.
And she sees it and she says, I want to do this. I will do it. If I don't do it, so you get.
Yeah.
Everybody's messing. We're all.
I once saw the title of a book. Everybody in Nigeria, all the men in Nigeria are mad. I cannot remember how that thing went, but
Well,
yeah,
it is.
I get your perspective.
It is
So
the way life is.
that's how life is. We've
Um,
normalized a lot of things
a
we
lot,
shouldn't have
a
normalized.
lot,
Mm,
a lot,
mm,
and it has affected the way we think.
mm.
I like the fact that we're having this podcast.
Oh, I'm sure.
A lot of us will see.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
uh,
So
you want to
yeah,
say something?
yeah. So in all of this now, you spoke about how everything is normalized. You personally, from personal experience, how did you bring yourself out of that space? What was it like for you? Did you see what is it, counselors? Did you go
Okay.
to schools, facilities? How was it
Uh,
like? Or can you share? Was there really an experience that that you had that you were like, no, I have to change this. This isn't happening. What made you want to
okay.
come back to life? Come
Okay.
and join us back in the reality.
Okay. So there were two things.
Mhm.
The first one
Mhm.
was addiction
Mhm.
to alcohol, to weed
Mm.
and drugs.
Mm.
I came out of it 2021,
Mhm.
and I remember I was I was just telling myself, guy, what are you doing? I looked at the clock. I'm not old,
But
but I'm
I
looking
guess
like 28
it's
years
your old
old
man.
too. I'm
Mhm.
like, Kali, you're not old. You're not as old as this.
Mhm.
What is happening? I can't remember things. I can't keep things to myself. So I said, okay, you know what? I need to stop.
Mm.
I stopped taking it. Then peer pressure came in. Because it's not easy.
To just stop.
Nobody will come online. Anybody that says, oh, it's easy to stop
Stop.
is
Mm.
a lie. I stopped taking it for about 2 months.
Wow.
Then I went to visit a friend of mine. And funny fact is that I've never tasted Colorado before.
Oh, now they want to introduce you to a new drug.
So on getting there, I was like, I've stopped taking weed,
We
but
do.
I'm not
I
taking
know.
weed, though. Please, oh guys. They said, no, wala now. This one is not weed. I said, I'm not taking weed.
Mm.
Because I went to check online and they were like, weed lasts for about 22 days.
In
or
your system.
In your system before it
Wow.
goes. So I was scared too then. I said, no.
I know
Say
they
no to
do.
weed.
Say no to weed.
But on getting to my guys' side, they were like, okay, Kali, this one no be weed. This is Colorado.
Appreciate.
Within 2 days, you don't come up for your system.
You don't
You
do okay
don't go,
again.
you don't do okay. I
Aye.
say, yeah. Oh yeah, no wala. Since it's Colorado, let me try it.
Let me try it.
So
Let
I
me
tried
just-
it. I think that was the first time I tried it.
Mhm.
I think that was the first time. Or I've been trying it before. I can't remember. I can't really recall how it was then. But I've been trying it before then. That day, we actually did the puff pass. Yes.
Okay,
Yes, we
puff
actually did the
farm.
puff pass of it.
Okay.
And that puff pass of it came up, and I took about 7 or
On your first try.
on my first try, actually taking Colorado for me.
Wow.
So what it did for me was that it made me realize myself and understand better that
Okay, so what was that like for you?
so as I was saying, I I came to the realization of the way life is, and that helped me. You know, when Avatar becomes yes, actually that was
We're
what
really going to
happened
his
to me.
Avatar. Oh yeah,
Yes,
now. Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
now.
You know, when Avatar gets to the Avatar stage,
Okay.
he has this blue
Thing on his
thing on
head.
his head, and so I just came to the realization that guy, I'm in the universe. I am floating, and that was not good. Trust me.
Hey.
After that day,
Mhm.
then I said, okay, no, you know what, I'm not taking it again. And mind you, I was already in my uncle's house. So I said, no, I'm not taking this thing again. This thing is messing my head up. And there's a lot of story behind that one. After that thing happened, I don't want to dive into it.
Dive into it now.
I want to
we want
get
to know.
out. I want to tell you how I was able to manage myself totally out of
Totally.
it. Because
But
a lot is a long story. It's a very
make it
long
short.
story.
Guys, don't you want to hear? I want to hear now. Make it
Okay.
short, make it short.
So when I came out,
Mm-hmm.
the next day, I remember my uncle was like, "Where did I go to? I didn't go back home." I told him I went to my friend's place. I was staying in YABATech then, so I told him we're having exams and I'm trying to read.
Yeah, that kind
So
of
we're going
thing.
to do overnight.
You just
I was still in my head. I was like, okay, yeah, no. I said, okay, no problem. I was smelling. And you know, the thing about weed and all those things, they help you. They put you in a space that you choose the time that you want to be clean, and the time that you don't even get to choose the time that you are going to be dirty, because you're always dirty.
always dirty.
Or
in
not
one sense.
dirty, like tattered,
Oh.
unkempt. You're always
Looking.
looking. So the only time you have actually choose a time that you want to look clean, and that time that you want to look clean is the time that you now you now say, okay, you now feel yourself, take more pictures, and those pictures you've taken, you now start looking at it and say, oh, this is the way I look like. I am like this, forgetting the fact that you actually
Faked it
to
just
exactly. So it happened. I was staying in Yaba then. I moved from Yaba to Sule,
Okay.
and he has his own company and his own. So he's
Everything.
he's a bachelor. So he has his own space. He just gave me a room. Actually, I was staying in the parlor then.
Oh wow.
So he gave me a room to say, okay, stay,
Just
and this is my space. I don't allow ladies. I don't allow friends over. I don't allow this and that. So I had to adjust and go from the way. Before, when I was staying in Yaba, I was staying with my friends. I was staying with my guys, and I didn't really know how to actually live with somebody. I've forgotten how to live
without
people,
yes.
with my family, and we live a normal life. So yeah, I came into the house, and I was now like, okay, you know what? Since he's a godly man, why don't I become godly?
Hey, so it was your uncle God used as a point of contact for you.
Yeah, he was into books too, and I read this book. There's this particular book I read, The Alchemist. That book is so interesting.
You know the thing, I would have said I would try to read it, but I don't know how to read books. I have tried and
Trust
tried
me,
and tried.
that book is really interesting. I
Are you
would
serious?
recommend it for anybody. The Alchemist by Paul something. Yes, it's really interesting, and it helped me shape my reasoning for how to work properly, how to work with people. The story is about a guy that moved from his space. His dad gave him. He said he wants to be a shepherd boy.
He wants to be alone.
Alone, he wants to be a shepherd boy. He wants to shepherd his own flock of sheep. So his dad gave him some sheep to shepherd. He had been shepherding for about. Will I say shepherding now?
You said not shepherding.
Forgive me.
Okay.
He had been for
Control his
about
flocks.
5 years or so, for about a while, and he had the dream of going to Egypt and seeing the pyramids. It was far from Egypt, but his main dream was to see the pyramids and go there to explore it. That there's a treasure there that
That is waiting for him.
That is waiting for him. So he left his father's house, sold all.
Or is ever prodigal son, but okay.
Sold all his exactly. It was like the story of a prodigal son. Sold all his sheep to go to Egypt, and when he crossed the border to the other side, the first guy he met, cheated him. Yeah, swindled. I wanted to say swindled. Cheated him and took all his money.
Wow.
So he woke up the next day
Broke.
And he was a rich guy. Like, he sold all his sheep.
Everything.
He met two people then before he sold the sheep. The story is a very interesting story. I can't break it
Go.
down. But after they stole his money, the next day he started working for people. He started working for one man. It was like he can sell. He knows how to sell properly. Like he can relate to people and get to sell. He tried it the first day. He worked. He sold some things. He got money to feed himself. Then he now realized that that's the
That
way
money. That's the way what?
life runs. Like you have to help others to help yourself.
So that rich man mentality from where he was
Where he
coming
was
from
coming from.
was like he was in his cloud nine.
Exactly.
So now,
Now, like he had his own perspective, his own goal that he wants to accomplish. That he wants to be the guy. There's a treasure in Egypt
that is
waiting for him. Don't let me go into that story. Don't let me go into
Okay,
that
so
story.
guys, he had the alchemist.
The Alchemist.
I read it.
So when I was with my uncle, I started becoming more godly. I started doing godly things.
Godly things.
Like reading my Bible, praying,
Okay.
taking Bible study more serious.
Okay.
But then,
But had you fully stopped drugs then?
yes,
You had fully stopped.
after taking the Colorado,
Okay.
yeah, so I stopped it. But then, the way, like I said from the beginning, I said ABC. When you know ABC from January to December, it's different from when you know ABC for. The world has changed, and it has evolved over time. So when I was there, I was always questioning most of the things that my uncle was saying, because he was the one doing the Bible study with me. I was always questioning it. Why would you say this about the word and the Bible? I was questioning the Bible, questioning the word, questioning everything. But at the end of the day, it was because of what I knew. So I was not ready to accept.
You had limited your mindset. So you had built boundaries in your own head that this is how life is.
Exactly.
Like nobody could tell you anything otherwise.
Exactly. So I didn't want to accept it. Or if I was going to accept anything, it was going to be something that I can reason with. Or say, yeah.
Okay, so what he was saying wasn't just making sense to you.
It wasn't making sense. It was making sense, but I had questions. And those questions, I was not getting the right answer. So in my head, I'm like, no. Then I remember I went blank. It was like nobody's listening to me. Abba now.
What's happening?
What's
Nobody
happening?
wants to
I
hear
know
my own point.
this
You know
is
this
this is
thing.
my own point of view. But guy, that's the effect of the weed so far. So that happened, and after that happened, I tried as much as possible to get myself out. Then I started listening to myself. And the fact that we are always forgetting something as teenagers, and that thing still boils down to the main point.
What's that?
We are serving a spiritual God. We are living in a spiritual world.
That one, I agree.
There are things that are materialistic, and there are things that goes beyond your eyes. So if you keep on saying this is the way because it's blue does not mean it is blue. God can talk to you. God talks to people now through the Holy Spirit. So if God is talking to you through the Holy Spirit, Satan too wants to talk to you. Because there are two games. There are two people there. There's God and Satan. Satan too wants to talk to you through his demons. So it now takes God and takes your own self to differentiate, your own spirit to differentiate which one is God and which one is Satan. And for you to differentiate that, I'm breaking this down, and
yes,
I love the fact that I'm breaking it down. For you to differentiate it, you need to understand that God is a spiritual being. And God being a spiritual being, He is clean. God is love. You can't come with your own way of thinking
And try to impose it on God.
and try to impose it on God.
I feel
It will not, it's like point, it will not match.
all inside water.
Yeah.
So
I've
big
been
side for you.
I've been I've been doing the wrong thing all my
All your
life.
life.
So then I was trying to come close to God and say, bro, I need help. I need to come close. God too wanted to come. God is ready to accept me. But the fact that Satan is there, Satan kept blocking the way for me to go further to meet God. Because I've been serving him all my life. Despite the fact that I did not know that I was serving him.
You were serving the devil.
Or I said, no, I'm not going to serve the devil. I've been serving him. I've been doing all he wanted. So just as God has his own 10 commandments, or the commandments he wants us to follow, Satan too has his own. But the only thing, and the major thing that we know, we are yet to discover is that, or it is hidden, is that Satan's rule or his laws are not visible. They are not something they
write down
and tell
you
you
can
that
read the commandments.
Exactly, but say God's own. So we find it hard to read God's commandments. I was like, so that really disturbed my way of thinking, and it helped. It did not help me go close to God. And I remember God was like, you know what? You need to go through fire to come back. You can't just
say you want to come
to
me like that.
You need. I needed to
be
build.
cleansed.
I needed to build up my own spirit to match with God's spirit. I needed to break all those bad things that I've been doing. I needed to let go of it. So that happened, and it was like, I'm not still listening. Nobody's listening to me. People are not listening to me. Now God too is not listening to me.
Oh, that's how you felt.
That was how I felt. So now God is not. Why is God not listening to me? Why? What I'm doing His will now, and He's not
still listening to me.
Why? But whereas I forgot the fact that God is a clean God. He does not like that, and happy is the man who comes to God and who comes to know God and does His will, because he would enjoy it better.
Period.
So I started doing things. I started saying, okay, you know what, let me try. Then I lost control. Everybody was like, Kale, what is happening now? But I lost
control.
Yeah, I lost control of my environment, of people around me, and people I related with.
So you just started what?
I started doing my own thing. So let's say, for
your
instance,
own thing.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down. Instead of me talking to people, or there's no point talking to people, because if I talk to people,
you feel like you won't understand.
They won't understand, exactly. So I was living in my own head and doing my own thing the way I was supposed to do, the way I feel like it's supposed to be. Whereas, like I said earlier, I had a rich background, a rich man. So my mentality was still like, I'm being protected by my dad. But my dad is late now. So it took a while for me to
know that, hey,
I'm actually on my own.
Yes.
And I'm a man at the same time. So, bro, it helped. It was fire.
Imagine.
It was fire. It was fire. Taking all that out and doing things on my own. Now, everyone, I remember my auntie was like, Kale wa okay, but rehab.
So you went to rehab?
Yeah. I still pray for my auntie till today.
Aww.
But she actually tried. She did all her best for me to do.
Wow. What rehab was that?
We tried to go to Yaba, but Yaba did not work.
That's
YABALEFT.
Okay.
But there's this one at Bega that we went to, and they accepted me. It's owned by Lagos State.
Okay.
So before they could approve me or take me in, I had to go to one hospital, a private rehab first, for about 3 months.
Wow. You were living there?
I was living there.
Wow.
For about 3 months, and the doctor was like, I feel ill. this guy is okay. It's not that I'm not sure they found anything in my blood there. Or if they did, it was like probably my immune system. So
you were there because your mindset had changed.
exactly.
Not
Not necessarily my
because,
own or the
okay.
fact that I take weed anymore. But my mindset, I needed to shift it to the main point of contact. To the way it really is. Because I have different views from being the way girls were, from viewing girls,
the way you
the
thought they were.
the way I thought they were, to now viewing life the way I
Life
thought
is really
life is. So that helped me. 3 months I was there, I was still disturbing myself. Man, but why?
Why what?
Why can't everybody come to
To
understand
you
what I am going through? Then I remember talking to my auntie, the same auntie, and my auntie was like, Kale, igbo to fani. I said, I don't smoke weed again. I was like, I'm not smoking. I don't smoke anymore. That. She said, no. Don't worry. Go through the process. So that now made me go angrier. If there's any angrier, cause
you were now mad that hey,
I'm not. I don't smoke.
I
Why
don't
you
smoke.
take
Why
me
do
to
you
rehab?
think it's because of the way?
Exactly.
The
So
fact that I smoke.
I spent about 9 months in rehab.
Wow.
9 months, and after coming out from the rehab, guess what?
What?
I went to learn a skill. I was learning in the rehab already, photography, and I got out and went to learn a proper skill.
What skill was that?
Cinematography.
Okay.
And because I love taking pictures, I love creating motion images and things like that. So I went to the school, and it was with the help of my same auntie. So after doing that, I got into the school. I went to the hostel, but my mind was not still settled.
So the rehab didn't work for you.
Eh,
What did the rehab now do? Because I'm lost.
Well, because I was angry, I felt
So you
everybody thinks it's the weed. If it's the weed, then why don't I just continue smoking it? Because I already stopped smoking weed,
it.
and that happened. So if it's the weed,
Why
don't I just continue smoking the weed and at the same time worship God and do all those
things?
Yeah, so that happened, and it took about 2 months and one hot slap from my auntie.
Sometimes you need slap to bring you back to
reset that brain,
reality.
bro.
Oh my goodness.
It took about 2 months or 3. Then I said, this was in 2022. I think, yes. Late 2022, about this period, September, October. And I said, okay, you know what, Kale, I'm off drugs. I'm not taking drugs anymore. I'm not taking anything, alcohol, weed, or this. I can take alcohol, but weed, no. And I don't have money.
That's another question. Where do people used to see money for all these things?
I did not have
these
money.
things
No,
are damn expensive.
The thing is, peer pressure, they shape the way you. My guy now, when I was in school, when I was in Yaba, I did not have enough money. I was only getting AZ, getting.
So if people now join money.
But the thing about weed is, if you don't buy, we go gather smoke am. Then
if one person buys it,
yes,
everybody go follow you.
Everybody go follow smoke. That's the joy of the weed itself.
I see.
So everybody, they be like, if you don't smoke, you That's why I took the Colorado then too, because I was in their midst already. And you won't know where the money will come from. It's like our fathers to know. Our fathers have friends that buy drinks, they take them to beer parlor, but those friends will not give you that 30,000 that they will spend, or they will not.
They will rather
take you there and spend drink to stupor.
That's sad. That's just sad.
So it was the same way, and that was not where I was getting. That was when I was in school too. When I was in PEFT, I I was taking it because my friends were. They limited the money I was getting.
Wait, so when you went to PEFT, you had come out of the rehab?
I'd come out of the rehab.
Wait, so you came out of rehab only to start again?
Only to start again.
Nice.
Exactly. So I started and...
So this was when you went to learn cinematography?
Yeah.
Okay. So now you go to school again? Okay.
And I started learning. And at the same time smoking, taking Colorado. I now started taking Colorado
proper. You know, they introduced it to you that time. You know.
Funny how I was not still spending my money
on it.
There's enough to go around. So at some point, because I was not getting money from anywhere. They were giving me money every week. But those money that they were giving me was not enough. But
you still find a way.
I'll still find a way to take it. So when I stopped, I said, okay, let's face life. Because I already have the experience. Back when I was in my uncle's place, where I was taking weed, and I stopped taking weed, and I started doing godly things. And I said, when I was doing it then, I had an encounter with God. I had this spiritual routine with God. Why don't I just continue? Why don't I go back to it? Because He's always ready to accept
you back.
So I said, okay, I'm going to go back to God. And I stopped taking weed. Then okay. I stopped taking everything that was
Colorado as well.
Everything. I stopped taking it. So after taking it for...
And you were able to control your addiction to it at that point?
Maybe it was because I went to the rehab.
Oh, so you knew better.
I knew how to stop. I knew what it was like to actually live without
all those
things. So coming back to it was like I can go back easily. It was easy for me to opt out immediately. So when I opted out, I started doing things for myself. I started going out. Like, I was still Dundee. I know they talk. I was still looking at everybody like, okay, why is this person doing this? Why is this person doing that? I was still doing all those things. And that shaped the way I view people and helped me get better at relating with people. Then I took my Bible study serious. I remember December, I got my first job after all this. I got my first job December 2022 as a barman and bar manager. Not even cinematography.
Barman, alcohol. When it comes smoke,
exactly.
The devil sat and said, "No, I will plan for you." Wow.
I did, but it was not like I knew better. So I was like, this will not trick me. This will not.
Okay, you thought you were firm already then.
No, I already knew myself that
nothing.
I already had the conviction of that I'm not going back. And me saying I'm not going back means I'm not going back.
You had made up your mind.
Like, I'd seen the good side, I'd seen the bad side. I came back to the good side. I went back to the bad side. Now I'm on the good side again. I know how the bad side will be like if I go back. I know better. So I said, okay, you know what? I'm not going back to the bad side. I want to stay on the good side and be on it forever. So I was on the good side for some time, for about working at the same time. So I had something to do during my free time. Instead of me thinking of weed or smoke.
Or anything, you had a job.
I had a job to actually say, okay, this is what I'm doing. So that took my time. And after doing all of that, I was working back to back every day.
Just to keep your mind.
Just to keep my mind off it. And after doing, I worked for about a year and 1 month. And I said, this is gone. It is gone. But there's something I'm missing. I took my Bible study seriously. And I was already doing my Bible, reading Bibles and studying the Bible with someone. And I took it seriously and it helped me shape the way I was thinking. But yet, wait,
You felt like something was not right.
yeah, something was not right. Something
It
was
didn't feel
missing.
complete.
It didn't feel complete. And what was missing was the addiction to pornography.
Oh, wow. You hadn't gotten rid of that
And
one.
so I still had two. There were two addictions. Addiction is not something you just leave and say, okay, I am
I
done
don't
away
finish.
with. So I had two addictions, and those two addictions were killing me: the pornography and weed. Pornography was a lot younger when I was young, so it was hard for me to stay away from it. So I was not still totally clean in the eyes of God, but I was begging every day to be saved from it. So I remember always. So I left the bartending because aside from the not smoking and not drinking, those ones are visible. I was still trying to get along with ladies and do all those things. So it was not. It was
just
not
helping your.
Yeah, it was not. It was
mental
not it.
health.
It was not it at all. So I said, I'm still exposed to all these
dangers
things.
of the world.
So I said, you know what? Why not leave this job? I prayed about it on New Year's Eve, and with the help of God, it was this year, February 2024, February 14th to be precise.
Valentine's Day. When I was sick, God was let me something out of point. Every Valentine's, I always fall sick.
Should I give you should I give you a story?
Oh God.
Should I?
No, we'll do the story, but it was recently that I discovered that thing was not normal. But go on.
You know why?
Like 3 years, I'll be fine. The first year was it chicken pox? Just came from nowhere.
Wow.
Second year,
every
Valentine.
Let me tell you something.
Hey,
you know the story of Esther? Esther was a lady who, and I'm sure you know the story of Esther.
Obviously.
Where King, I think it's Agar or Azad, where she got favored
by him.
And there was this particular governor
at the time
that wanted to get rid of all the Jews. So Esther was able to beg for the favor. And if you check, the story of Valentine was that Valentine was killed because of love.
The whole Valentine's Day. Yes, I think I've heard it before.
If you read the good book of Esther you will notice that there's a particular day that the Jews set aside for what's it called? For the spirit of love, for the fact that they were saved from the governor
at the time
that wanted to kill them. So that day falls on the 14th of February.
So why the heck am I saying?
Maybe because you're Esther.
Oh God.
Maybe because
your name is God. It's actually wow. That's I'll go and do more research
if you
on
do,
that.
I can't really,
definitely will.
I can't really tell how I can narrate it, but I'm sure if you read it,
I'll find something. I will.
I can send you a soft copy later.
Okay, that's fine.
So after doing all of that, where were we?
Back to the conversation.
Yeah.
You were talking about how you left out, you came back again, you left the job.
Yeah. Yes. So I left the job, and by February 14. And when I did, I started practicing cinematography
professionally.
And a lot of people loved what I was doing.
Aww.
I was making money. I was making serious money.
Hey, God, I'm a
Kale,
billionaire.
take it easy on yourself. I was making money. I was like, okay. So I can actually do this and not, because Batman, now I'm helping others. Seeing them.
You feel like you're achieving a purpose. You
feel, I'm touching lives.
Yeah,
I'm getting
useful.
So I said, okay, why not go into it? I continued. I was staying with my friend then in Arikpo, Ogun State. So I was like, let me keep on going. Let me keep on doing this. I was doing it. I'll go shoot. But the thing, I wanted everything to myself. Sometimes, like, I was earning 40,000 a month when I was the barman. The first job I got paid 250K.
Wow.
And I was still a barman then.
Wow.
I got paid 250K. And it was just a phone video. The second job I did, they called me for it. I left the barman. They called me for it to come and shoot. I got about 260.
Wow.
For just doing that one.
That one.
And that was a professional. I got 260 from 40K. So I said, okay, you know what? And it was coming like
constantly. That. So
There were times I was getting 100. There were times I was getting 50, 50, 100. And doing the jobs. I was getting the jobs done. But I got choked up. People loved what I was doing then. But I was not getting the jobs. I was not getting them satisfied. Because if I am not doing, I edit it myself. I shoot myself. If I'm not shooting it myself, and I give somebody to shoot, they won't get the same shots I will get. And if I shoot it, and I give someone to edit it, they won't get the right editing.
So it became a lot.
It became a lot for me to actually take my time, shoot, edit, and I was getting
multiple
every day.
Jobs. Hey.
There was no time for myself. There was no time for my godly devotion and things like that. Things. So I was like, this is a lot.
Your story.
I needed a break. So after that happened, I took my time. I said, okay, let me have a break. Like, two of my clients they are pissed. Those are the ones that called me and said, Kale, you know what, you are not like this. So this is the first time you're going to do something like this to us. And it's because, I don't know why, but I think it's because you have many gigs, you have many guys, many people that you're working with, and we don't like it. So I had to beg them, this is it. So I said, okay, you know what, take a break. Don't do it. So I got a job as an executive assistant in a company. Recently, I just stepped out recently.
Oh, okay.
And when I stepped out, my contract got terminated because I was not living up to the standard of an executive. Because I'm not
in a camera. Was it?
Not a camera.
So what?
It was a finance company.
Wow.
Financial. Yeah.
So this is you leaving cinematography, everything.
Everything.
What did you study in YABATech?
Mass communication.
Make it make sense. Mass com. Now I'm officially lost.
There's this man I spoke with. He just said, and he loved my story, so and he was like, okay, you know what, you're trying to get yourself together, and this is a man, you're becoming a man now. I would assist you and do whatever you want to do whatever you want to do, but this is what is going to be at stake. You have to work for me and work as my assistant. So I said, okay, sir, no problem, I can. It's something I can do. I started working as his assistant, and it was not easy.
But were you even were you as passionate for the job as the cinematography?
Well, I tried to, but it was not something I studied. So
it was difficult.
It was like learning another skill
on the job.
Entirely, when I already have like two different skills I think I can do properly. So I found it hard to accommodate something new, and that did not help me. It was around this period I stopped viewing pornography and all of that. Just saying, okay, I want to take the step further, and
what?
I did.
Oh wow! So you left everything.
I actually left everything, and it helped me view. Now I can view ladies the way I'm supposed to view them.
In the right way.
In the right way, the way they are supposed to be, and it has shaped the way I want to be a friend with a lady. If I see this lady now, I'm saying, okay, what can she add to the table? So I'm
Potential.
I'm sending the bad eggs out, and before I was keeping the bad and the good eggs,
both of
all
them.
of them in this basket, and I'm the life of the party. Like I used to be when my dad was alive. Then,
Hey, Kale, the vibe.
Trust me, a lot. So he helped me. He shaped the way, but I got one or two from being an executive assistant, and he helped me put everything in place instead of me doing it nonchalantly.
You were more.
I
I
was
felt
more
God wanted to
organized.
maybe teach you
How to
organization at
yes,
that point.
how it actually runs. So I was able to put everything in place and say, okay, this is the way the world
is.
Now, before I was arrogant. Trust me, I can talk to anybody, anyhow, and I feel like that was then. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I can do anything I want. But now, I see it differently. Same thing now happened, but it's a long story. I don't want to enter that. I was able to shape, but everybody, I already gave my family members the first impression that
you were good.
No, not that I was good. That I was a smoker.
Oh,
that was addicted. So everybody is now like, why did you leave the job again? I see that you're smoking back or you're drinking.
Oh, that kind of thing.
I'm like, no, that's not why. Maybe, but that's not why. I am not good at the job that I'm doing. And I need to you need to actually master something. That's the thing. That's another thing about, you need to actually master the craft that you're working on well before going to something else or jumping to the next thing. You need to master it well and know that this is what you know and you're doing it best. So that has helped me, and I've been able to shape with the help of God. Now I'm more closer to God.
And how has that been like coming?
It's like heaven in heaven. No?
Say heaven in heaven.
It has been great. My faith with God now, with the help of Bible study, better Bible study, and relating with personal, because I won't lie, Jehovah's Witnesses helps me.
Jehovah's Witness?
Yes.
Wow. How did that?
They offer Bible study. Bible study that you can relate with the person personally, rather than having a pastor in front on Sunday
on stage, or like more like a fellowship.
Yeah. Okay. A personal one, more like
a one-on-one.
A one-on-one.
Where you get
to question and ask answers.
Definitely.
And they advise you on where to actually get the truth. So after doing that for some time, it was with the help of Jehovah's Witnesses, I said, okay, you know what? After studying the Bible, I take my time to pray and understand what the Bible is saying. Because no man on earth has the full understanding of the Bible. It takes the Holy Ghost, Holy Spirit, to help you. And that's God's active force, telling you that this is how it applies to you. This scripture you're reading, this is how it applies. Because it applies to everybody individually.
In different ways, yes.
This is how it applies to you. This is how you're supposed to view it. So that helped me. It helped me get better understanding. And
remove that barrier of what the world was like in your head.
Yeah. Trust me, all those mindsets. I was not running. I'm not in a haste. I want to see if I'm earning 5,000. I'm fine, despite the fact that we are living in this situation.
Economy.
I am actually fine.
Now it doesn't say, "Oh, calm down."
Calm down. Like,
take it slow.
The thing about life is the way everything is going. Everybody has money. Money is everywhere. But how do you get the money? You don't get the money by being arrogant or being smart or lie to people. It might work for some time, but
But
over time, trust me, you won't get the money again. You now have to put in your own discipline. Those things that your mother, your father taught you right
years
from time.
ago, you now see
You now have to
that
put it
that's
back into
life.
play and see that this is how life is like. Because they've been advising us all our life,
All our life.
but we've been ignoring it.
Say no, we want to do this thing.
I'm going to shoot a very short film, about 5 minutes, explaining the way. That's my major project. I want to do about 25 short films, 5 telling different stories, and I'm sure people will love it.
Oh, I can't wait. You guys hear that?
So they are going to tell stories and give you a better perspective. Let's say, for instance, you've been living with your dad and your mom. Let's say, for instance, your dad is Dangote. A lot of people are dying to meet Dangote. A lot of people in the world are dying to meet Dangote.
Yeah.
But because of the fact
That
that
he's your dad,
you get to see him
every day. You will see what they will see.
Exactly. So you're like,
I feel you.
Okay, he's my dad. I can talk to him. I can bullshit him. I can do this. I can do that. I can do what he likes. So far, he's my dad. But over time, what if your dad now says, go on your own. You're a man on your own. Go. Go and see the world. Build your own empire the same way I built my own. Where will you start from? That was what happened to me. And it was like I was living under my dad's empire. Now it's now time for me to make my own empire. So leaving that aside and creating my own empire is what?
That was it was in the change that all these things fell in, Abby.
Yeah, I would say that.
Wow. You have such a beautiful story. I almost asked for tissues, but all in all, we thank God.
Don't mind her. Don't mind her.
Don't mind him. Don't mind him. Seeing you, nobody will even know that. This boy's life has been like, you're a strong man. Chop.
Yep.
Chop. I'm proud of you.
I'm
proud of you.
I've tried, Susha.
See, this boy is not me to assess it. I've tried, Susha.
Well, it's not easy.
It's not.
To know all these things now.
So now, you know the highlight of this thing for me?
Yeah.
After all the money you were earning from cinematography at that point, the salary of the executive kini, after all the stress, it was not. But because you had lived in your head for a while, you were able to say, money is not this priority
it's not money.
at this time. It's not money.
It's not money. Actually, it's not money.
It's not money.
Because you can make billions and not still have that character. The Bible said, a hardworking man. I'm trying to remember how he said it, but he was talking about how a hardworking man would stand in front of kings and governors and speak. Because those kings, those governors, those princes, they want to do something. They need your service, and you're a skilled man. Let's say you know how to do carpentry. A king will call you because you know how to do a door properly. He will call you and ask for advice because he's a king. He does not know it. So you stand in front of those kind of people and relate to them and talk because you know what you're doing.
Definitely.
But when I knew what I was doing then, and I was standing in front of people like that.
Big people.
But Yoruba bo oni. Sorry.
No. There will be translation. Definitely.
Yoruba bo oni. Owó tọmọdé bá kọ́kọ́ gbà. Àkàrà ló máa fi jẹ. The first money I got, I used it to blend àkàrà. But after then, I came to understand. Now I understand better.
That's so
and
beautiful. Going to
keeping
God,
that.
we're still understanding.
Keeping that, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So, you guys, you've heard it. I don't even know what to say at this point. What do I even want to say? You've heard from Kale. Thank you very much for sharing your perspective with us. We're thrilled. We're really...
Okay, can I give them
Okay.
advice?
One last advice.
Okay.
Because of time.
I would advise you guys, everyone growing up now or coming to understand better, that You can become the star you choose to become, no matter what. You can become whoever you choose. You don't have to shape your mentality to
A particular
a particular way of life or limit yourself to what
confine yourself
people are doing. Try and explore.
outside the box.
The world is big enough for us to explore. And guess what? You're exploring the internet. Have you taken your time to actually explore your own environment, not the internet now? I would advise you to do that. Explore your internet. It's a very big world. And we are God's machine. Just as we have cars and we are God's machine. He created us. We need to explore our own self. Explore who you're born to become. I have other stories,
but this is where we say goodbye.
Yeah.
Kale has said it all, but before we come to the end of this video, I would like to just chip in Bible verses that could just help us. One thing I noticed with you was even when you said it that you were taking weed and you had a relationship with God at that time, right?
Yeah.
You went back and you still wanted to maintain that relationship with God, which takes me to committing sin is never the time to run away from God. Oh, God is mad at me. Did you notice?
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed at that time, but you knew you were doing something wrong. But because you understood that no matter what you did, God loved you either way. So you kept holding on to God. So the Bible verse I have here is Psalm 34. You permit me to just read it. 34 verse 18. Okay, let me start from verse 17. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them all. He delivers them from all their trouble. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and save those who are crushed in spirit. You've tried everything. Have you tried Jesus? Calm down, ask yourself. Have you tried God?
Jesus?
Have you tried God?
Try
God. Try God. And then one more Bible verse for the addictions as well. 1 Corinthians 10 verse 13. I'm reading from the New International Version, so you can, just compare other versions as well.
Yeah.
No temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. And God is faithful.
Yeah.
He will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear.
Exactly.
But when you are tempted, He will also provide a way out so you can endure it.
Wow.
Two things.
Wow.
God is... God will never put temptation more than what you can handle. And, even when you feel like you've passed what you can handle, He's always there to say, okay, come back. That kind of thing. So
He will always give you the power to endure. To endure through it. There are trying times. Yeah? It is not a straight route to the market.
I'm telling you.
It is corner. To meet God is not not straight. You have to bend and bend. Bend to meet His standards and enjoy the Bible. There's a Bible verse that keeps on going in my heart.
What's that?
Psalms 37:29.
Sure.
It says, the righteous will possess the earth and they will live on it. They will live forever.
So at the end of the day, everything is vanity. When I'm trying to explain to people, it looks like, no, I don't get. I can't relate.
I feel like...
I'm telling you still... That's why some of my friends, I'm just like, you know what, go and live life. I'm waiting for you. You'll come back to me.
Exactly. God,
I'm telling you, I'm just like, okay, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, go now. Go and live life. You will get tired and you finally find out that, God was actually the only way out. If only I had come to this, knowing earlier, which is why this podcast is here. Now you can see. You've heard everything you want to try. It has. What was the outcome? Came back. You see.
I would not say we are stubborn as human beings. We are always stubborn.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like, if you
like, you will come back.
You will still come back.
What
Trust
you're looking
me.
for, you will find it, and
you will find it.
That satisfaction that you thought you get from it.
It's a lie. It's a very big lie.
So if after watching this, God does not touch your heart, my brother, God will still come back for you. But I really hope we can do better as young people and just when I go out and you don't smoke in this world. How do you do it? God,
Oh,
It's
more.
God, honestly. It's really
Thank
just
God.
just God. We thank God and for the Holy Spirit as well, who just helps us, directs us and just shows us these things. Because I mean, God is good, God is beautiful. So if you're
Yep.
still doubting, this is your time. It was my pleasure having you today on my podcast. Like when I was telling you, I didn't even know all this. But you see, God,
Yep.
okay, well, me and you understand that, Sha. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much. If you're obviously new to this channel, because this is the first episode, so make sure you drop your opinions in the comments. Make sure you like. If you are late to share anything in the comments, please do. It's a safe space. So also when you're commenting, comment respectfully because these are real life stories. Things
Yeah.
that people have gone through. But all in all, that was so beautiful. And we will see you in our next episode.
Should I say bye?
Peace. Bye. Yes, you say bye.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Peace out.
Thank you. Peace out.